Is butter the true criminal or a straw man? How unhealthy is it? There is a famous myth in cooking: it is dairy that is fattening and is therefore bad for you. Cheese is. Milk is. And butter, being essentially pure fat, most definitely is. This is so accepted that margarine, made from vegetable oil and water, fills supermarkets worldwide and is just as, if not more popular than butter. Its popularity comes from people avoiding butter for its high fat content. No. What I am going to claim. That fats by themselves, even unsaturated fat, as found in butter, are not totally bad for you. People are often quite scared of the word fat, and consider all forms of fat to be totally harmful. However, there is such a thing as healthy fat. Monounsaturated fat and polyunsaturated fat have a range of health benefits. Now, it is true that saturated fats increase cholesterol. If these fats are built up in the body, they can lead to serious health issues such as coronary heart disease. Because of this, it is strictly and severely inadvisable to eat too much butter, as butter contain only saturated fat, but cutting it out entirely is unnecessary. Whilst cholesterol in high levels can be severely harmful, however, in low levels it can aid important bodily functions such as in the production of vitamin D, helping cell health and functionality, and the development of bodily hormones. Entering the blood carried on lipoproteins. Cholesterol carried on high-density lipoprotein has these beneficial effects, and can counteract the harmful effects of low-density lipoprotein cholesterol. Basically, there are two forms of cholesterol. One good, one bad. Butter, which contains a lot of saturated fats, contains a quantity of both forms, the harm done by saturated fats. 2 has recently been called into question. This view that butter is not a purely harmful substance, as once thought, comes from recent research. This research from 2014 even goes so far to cast doubt on the direct link between saturated fats and an increased risk of heart disease. This is the important part. It may mean that our stance on saturated fats, like the fats in butter, need re-evaluation. It should be stated, of course, that just because something is not so clearly bad for you is not the same thing as being good for you. So though it seems that saturated fats may not be as harmful as once feared, they should still be consumed in moderation. It may even one day be discovered that not all saturated fat is harmful. This is a lot like how once it was thought that all cholesterol was harmful. But, again, now we know that some forms are actually beneficial. How much saturated fat should you consume has caused some significant debate among nutritionists. Some, such as the World Health Organization, recommend that no more than 10% of total calories taken in should come from saturated fats. Meanwhile, others have suggested that not only might saturated fats not increase risk of heart disease, but the kinds of saturated fats found in dairy products may actually decrease the risk. It is not my intention to bamboozle you with contradictory information, but only to suggest something that goes against common understanding. That butter, instead of being an almost deadly, super unhealthy lump of fat, which should be avoided at all costs, is actually perfectly fine to eat in moderation. It might not be super bad for you, but like with a lot of things, eating a lot of it may have some bad consequences. So, before you root through stores to find the perfect butter substitute to spread, you can be safe in the understanding that simply buying some good old-fashioned butter is not something you should worry about. Though there is a debate about the risks of saturated fats, there are a number of other genuine benefits which have been accepted. Here are 5 ways butter can actually be good for you. Butter is naturally rich in important minerals like zinc, manganese, selenium, and copper. These minerals are all essential for the body, and help in a large number of important bodily functions, such as blood production, manganese, and maintaining good functionality of the immune system, selenium. And they are all essential in maintaining healthy bones and aid in bone regrowth and repair. As such, can help keep issues like arthritis and osteoporosis well away. Butter is a good source of vitamin A, which is an essential vitamin used by the body for a number of important functions. Vitamin A is maintaining healthy eyes and can even improve your eyesight in dimly lit areas. That's not all. Vitamin A is vital for boosting and maintaining the immune system, improving your bodily defense against further illness and infection. I've written already about how fatty butter is. However, in that fat are glycosphingolipids, which, whilst being hard to say, is a very beneficial fatty acid. One key in promoting healthy intestines by making it much more difficult for harmful bacteria join and bind with parts of your intestines, which could cause a number of gastronomical issues. Butter Particularly butter from grass-fed cows is a good source of the beneficial fatty acid conjugated linoleic acid. CLA, which on animals have been shown to help reduce tumors. Of course, it's no way near a treatment. And certainly not a cure. But CLA could prove to be a great ally in the fight against cancer. It has been found that vitamin A and D, both found in butter, are important for sexual performance and aid against sterility. Indeed, vitamin deficiency has a known connection to sexual sterility in both men and women. Therefore, sources of vitamins, like butter, are vital for maintaining sexual functionality. So, with the above considered, it's clear that butter both may not be as bad for you as previously thought, but also contains an impressive range of health benefits. British Heart Foundation, Fats Explained Heart UK, What is Cholesterol WebMD, HDL Cholesterol, The Good Cholesterol, Healthline, How does butter affect my cholesterol levels, Annals of Internal Medicine, Association of Dietary, Circulating, and Supplement Fatty Acids with Coronary Risk, A Systematic Review and Meta-Analysis BBC, Diet Debate, Is Butter Back and Is Fat Good? World Health Organization, Healthy Diet Plus, Plasma Phospholipid Fatty Acid Concentration and Incident Coronary Heart Disease in Men and Women, The Epic Norfolk Prospective Study Organic Facts, 10 Amazing Benefits of Butter NHS, Vitamin A Authority Nutrition, 7 Reasons Why Butter is Healthy in Moderation. Julie McCormick. Julie McCormick is a writer and co-owner of the Cleveland Leader, a Technorati Top 1000 site. Read full profile. Have you ever noticed that some people are able to effortlessly remember even the most mundane details and quickly comprehend new things? Well, you can too. Learning how to improve memory isn't as difficult as you might think. To unlock the full potential of your brain, you need to keep it active and acute. Wasting time on your couch watching mindless television shows or scrolling through social media is not going to help. Besides getting out flashcards, what can you do to help remember things better and learn new things more quickly? Check out these 10 effective strategies on how to improve memory. Physical activities don't just exercise the body, but it also helps to exercise your brain. Obesity and the myriad of diseases that eventually set in as a result of being overweight can cause serious harm to the brain. So when learning how to improve memory, exercise is king. Furthermore, without regular exercise, plaque starts to build up in your arteries, and your blood vessels begin to lose the ability to regulate blood flow. Plaque buildup reduces the amount of oxygen and nutrients that your blood carries to your brain. When the nutrients don't make it there, the brain's ability to function is compromised. One study in particular found that exercising 4 hours after learning significantly improved memory retention. The researchers suggested that appropriately timed physical exercise can improve long-term memory and highlight the potential of exercise as an intervention in educational and clinical settings. To improve your memory, make sure you get moving every day. Even if it's just a brisk walk, it'll help you maintain and increase your mental acuity. Brisk walking, swimming, and dancing are all excellent activities. If you have trouble finding time to fit in a workout, check out this article, 5 Ways to Find Time for Exercise. Any risk factors that cause you major stress, like anger or anxiety, will, in time, begin to eat away the parts of your brain that are responsible for memory. Amongst the most brain-damaging stressors is depression, which is actually often misdiagnosed as a memory problem since one of its primary symptoms is the inability to concentrate. One study assessed memory in 3,999 veterans and found that depressive symptoms, without anxiety, had an adverse effect on immediate recall of new information and the total amount, but not rate, of acquisition. If you can't concentrate, then you might feel like you are constantly forgetting things. Depression increases the levels of cortisol in your bloodstream, which elevates the cortisol levels in the brain. Doctors have found that increased cortisol diminishes certain areas of the brain, especially the hippocampus, which is where short-term memories are stored. Prolonged depression can thus destroy your brain's ability to remember anything new. Seek professional help to combat your depression and any stressors causing it. Your brain will thank you. Getting a consistent 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night will help you in your task of learning how to improve memory. During sleep, the brain firms up memories of recently acquired information, especially during REM sleep. Getting enough sleep will help you get through the full spectrum of nocturnal cycles that are essential to optimal brain and body functioning during the waking hours. On the contrary, sleep deprivation can put a huge dent in your ability to form memories. Another helpful strategy is to take a nap during the day. especially after learning something new. This can also help you to retain those memories, as well as recharge your brain and keep it sharper longer. However, the length of your nap is also very important. Scientists, in one study, found that people who napped for 30 to 90 minutes experienced better word recall. 50 to 60% of the brain's overall weight is pure fat, which is used to insulate its billions of nerve cells. The better insulated a cell is, the faster it can send messages, and the quicker you can think. This is precisely why parents are advised to feed their young children whole milk and to restrict dieting. Their brains need fat to grow and work properly. Skimping on fats can be devastating, even to the adult brain. Thus, eating foods that contain a healthy mix of fats is vital for long-term memory. Some excellent food choices include fish, especially anchovies, mackerel, and wild salmon, and dark, leafy green vegetables. Deep-fried foods obviously contain fat, but their lack of nutritional value is not going to help your brain or your body. So think healthy foods and fats first. According to Larry McCleary, MD, author of the Brain Trust program, an egg is the ideal breakfast. Eggs contain B vitamins, which help nerve cells burn glucose, antioxidants that protect neurons against damage, and omega-3 fatty acids that keep nerve cells firing at optimal speed. If you want to learn how to improve memory, breakfast is incredibly important. Other foods to add to your breakfast include fruits, veggies, and lean proteins. Avoid trans fats and high fructose corn syrup. Trans fats diminish the brain cells' ability to communicate with each other. And one study found that HFCS can actually damage the brain by promoting brain insulin resistance. Having a healthy breakfast in the morning has been shown to improve performance throughout the day. Don't skimp on this important meal. Nowadays, it's fairly uncommon to write down notes with a pen and paper. When we go to class or meetings, we take our laptops and use that to mark down important ideas. However, recent research has suggested that maybe doing us more harm than good. One 2014 study found that even when laptops are used solely to take notes, they may still be impairing learning because their use results in shallower processing. You can start a journal, write yourself emails, or even start keeping a blog. All of these activities will help to improve your capacity to remember and memorize information. Most importantly, if you're going to class or to a big meeting, consider taking notes by hand instead of on your computer. Research shows that certain types of music are very helpful in recalling memories. Information that is learned while listening to a particular song or collection can often be recalled by thinking of the song or playing it mentally. Songs and music can serve as cues for pulling up particular memories. If you're looking into learning how to improve memory, this can be a great thing to try. Listening to music has been shown to specifically benefit the memorization of words. One study found that young adults who listened to music while memorizing a list of words, as opposed to listening to environmental sounds or silence, performed better when asked to recall the words. Next time you have to memorize a speech of want to compete in a spelling bee, try listening to music while studying. You may be surprised by how much it helps. Pay attention to photographers, charts and other graphics that might appear in your textbook, or if you're not studying a book, try to pull up a mental image of what it is you are trying to remember. It might also help to draw your own charts or figures, or utilize colors and highlighters to group related ideas in your notes. Another strong visualization technique for memory is the memory palace. This essentially involves imagining a place you know well, your house or a former school. For example, listing distinctive features of the place in your mind, and begin to associate those features with things you want to remember. Then, when you need to recall information, you simply go to the specific room or object where you stored the information in your mind, and it will come to you. For more information on how to build a memory palace, check out this article, How to Build a Memory Palace to Remember More of Everything. Reading material out loud has been shown to significantly improve memory of the material. Expanding further upon this idea is the fact that psychologists and educators have found that by having students teach new concepts to others, it helps to enhance understanding and recall. One study pointed out that this increased memory specifically because it forced students to recall the information in order to teach it. Teach new concepts and information to a friend or study partner, and you'll find you remember the information a lot better. Studies have shown that doing crossword puzzles, reading, or playing cards on a daily basis helps to delay memory loss. especially in those who experience cognitive decline in the form of dementia. So, pick up the daily newspaper and work on that crossword puzzle. Read a book. Or enjoy a game of solitaire if you want to boost your memory. Everyone has the ability to learn how to improve memory and boost their brain power. And everyone will find that different strategies work for them. Try out some of the above in order to get a feel for what works for you. Current biology, physical exercise performed 4 hours after learning improves memory retention and increases hippocampal pattern similarity during retrieval. Archives of clinical neuropsychology, the effects of depression and anxiety on memory performance. Sleep medicine, memory. Sleep and dreaming, experiencing consolidation. Johns Hopkins Medicine, can a nap boost brain health? Current neuropharmacology, impact of dietary fats on brain functions. Nutrients, dietary omega-3 fatty acid deficiency and high fructose intake in the development of metabolic syndrome. Brain metabolic abnormalities. And non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Psychological science, the pen is mightier than the keyboard, advantages of longhand over laptop note-taking. Musicae scientiae, the positive effect of music on source memory. Applied cognitive psychology, the learning benefits of teaching, a retrieval practice. Hypothesis J in neurocycle. SOC, association of crossword puzzle participation with memory decline in persons who develop dementia. Text source, lifehack.org.